This video gonna be about Vince McMahon and his wife Linda in the WWF and allowing the Ring Boys situation was rampant with all kinds of deviant behavior and all kinds of freaky deaky things going on, and no one said nothing. So the lawsuits in the video. And so I had a live stream and his name came up, and one of the people that asked me when I made remarks, I said they either gonna let him be or they gonna do something. And it was said to me that you being, I almost act like I was passive about it. Not by no stretch. Not by no stretch. Because if we're being honest, Vince McMahon and his wife should both be locked up. They should be thrown way under before you get to Diddy, and not even close to the next Tuesday with it. But it won't happen because it's not the same. He's worth more money than Diddy. He's a bigger name than Diddy, a bigger brand. However, we all know how this goes down. We know complexion for protection, and you get to pretty much doesn't carry the same kind of weight. We know this. We know that they won't, because at the most, will they break his empire? He's almost 80 years old. What will they do? Will they make an example of him? And if they, how will they? Just like the Abercrombie and Fitch cat, what would they do? See, it's not seen as the same. That's the point I keep trying to tell folks. When you want to know, is slavery ever really been over? Has the plantation been over? No, it hasn't, because people are not treated the same. There is justice, and then there's just us. There is how you get treated and how someone else gets treated. And it comes down to complexion. Because if we were on the layers of the law, this here is like the Jerry Sandusky case, but times a million. Way worse. Now, I didn't heard enough stories about rastas over the years. Not just because of wearing the tight tights or the uniform or the what have you, but you think the Diddy parties were extreme. These are on another level. It's just that these are some guys are big burly guys or flexing and all that. But again, it's kind of like the appeal to who are you appealing to. And then once we get you a name and recognition and we blow you up, who owns you? Because I'm going to tell you something. The Rock is still part of the contract. John Cena is still part of the contract. Hulk Hogan acting crazy as he does, who's like on a Mel Gibson tirade at any moment that he wants to say stuff, is still on. It's all tied together. That's why you got wrestlers who be 60, 70 years old still wrestling. They still have to put on the show. It's all part of show and the business. People understand it. Now, yes, they make promises to impressionable eyes, and people get money and they settle out. And this is nothing new. It's nothing new. It's the deplorable act of the entertainment industry. And him and his wife are both vile. And there's a lot of things that can be said about Vince McMahon. A lot. Because to be honest with you, he kind of could run for president. There's certain things that, he could kind of run for an office. He reminds me of certain people. Certain things that are kind of parallel, but people don't really care about morality no more. They don't really care about all that, especially when they don't look like the certain type, I tell you like this. We know that things been going on. Things have been said about Vince McMahon for a long time. Long time. But it's as simple as what you see is what you see. There's justice and there's just us. And the thing is, they're not approaching it in the same way. For if they were, him and the wife would be right in the cell with Diddy. I know that they don't do. I know they don't do what I call una prison lockouts, but they could put him and her and Diddy and Jennifer Lopez, and they could all be together. If you really understand some of the stuff that's going down, but not to the extent. But then there is some truth, because What do you know? What you willing to say? What you willing to share? I mean, and the reason why I mentioned Jennifer Lopez is not because of all the stuff that Diddy did, but because of what happened to Shine. That's a fact. That cat took a bid for both of them. So I think she could sit in there with Diddy for a minute. But anyway, that's another story, another video. But this here, Linda McMahon knew what was going on. They all did. And they looked the other way. Now the question is, how you gonna get your justice? Now he's supposedly worth $2.5 billion. So do they cut that up like a layer and leave him with $1 billion when it's all said and done? How they gonna do that? Are they gonna Diddy him? I don't think so. That would be just too much common sense. And it would actually mean a fair world. Then you could actually say you had one justice in one nation, which you don't. You already know why that ain't never gonna happen. But yeah, they should. If they came after Diddy like this, they got way more to come after them. But too many, that would open up another lid that would come off. All the rastas would have to talk. And then you might get into about the enhanced drugs. Oh yeah, some cats ain't built like that. And you do know there have been some payouts, and it's part of TV time, and it could be a roller coaster ride you couldn't imagine if the Vince McMahon thing truly hit, because it runs deep. All these ships and strings are tied to a familiar island, but it ain't never gonna come out because there's justice and then there's just us. Remember that. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. Share the video if you like, hit that membership, stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay true. I'm out one time. Peace.